Hey, you guys. Holla back, boys. I'm waiting. I'm just messing with you guys. California Prepper. Sorry, guys. As soon as we get in the video, already making a mess up. This is going to be a new series called Things You Find. Something like that, anyhow. This is a funny looking knife. And as you can see, threw my wrist out and didn't even get the damn blade halfway out. But it is a blade from Smith & Wesson, which is a under the umbrella, we should say, of the Taylor Brands company, which is like Schrade, X-Timer, Old Timer, Smith & Wesson. Who else? Help me out here, guys. Schrade Tough is under it, and I think that might be it. There might be a couple others. But Smith & Wesson is one of the brands. So this is sort of a Taylor Brands knife. So with that being said, why am I showing it to you guys? Because I found it. And finding a knife's always badass. I mean, this ain't no freaking Microtech. I mean, it's not like I went and scored some Microtech in a storage unit or something. Freaking score of a lifetime. Check that bad boy out. Flexing on y'all. Flexing on y'all. But I found this bad boy, and anytime I find a knife, it's exciting to me. I'm a knife guy. I mean, that's like finding some gearhead finding a deal of a lifetime or something. You know, this to me is awesome. Whether it's a good knife, a crappy knife, whatever it is. A knife is a knife in Cali P's book, and it's always awesome to find a free knife. Can't beat free. No matter what, you can't beat it. Well, maybe you can. You can beat some free STDs. If you want, you let them keep them. But this is a Smith & Wesson HRT Adam Michael 60 Bravo. I don't know what the real alphabet, whatever the stuff is y'all operators say. Old Cali P ain't an operator. I ain't gonna pretend. I ain't no Joe Tete. I ain't no faker. What I do is I work hard for my family and I use my gear. So I review it as such. But this knife, for being, I don't want to say cheap, because if you look for them online, they go for damn near 30 bucks. But this one has seen better days. We'll just say that. Like I said, I Googled it, and man, these things are going for like 30 bucks. They say it's a stainless steel with a, what did they say, a black magnesium handle. It's a black spray-on paint. That's just like Kershaw saying their freaking handles on their cryos here are titanium. Yeah, we know that ain't titanium. Come on now. But it will encourage people to buy that don't know much about knives. So, let's get into this. Why do I think this is a cool knife? There are a couple things that I really like about it. For it being such a piece of crap. Sorry for saying it so plainly. As you can see, it doesn't really flick. I tried putting a little oil in there, but anytime you oil up these nylon washers, it makes them worse. You throw some oil on a nylon washer and it just makes them more sticky. So, don't do that. Don't do that. But this thing is pretty cool in a couple ways. The thing that makes it cool is the thing that makes it suck, which is Cali P loves a flipper and thumb studs. You got dualies? Dual thumb studs and a flipper is awesome. You can sit there and play with it any way you want. Like the BK. Have it your way. You can have it with the thumb studs, with your thumb. You can spider flick it on the other side with the thumb stud. You can sit there with the flipper and just flip. Of course, I have to have a misfire. But, I mean, just amazing. Such a great time passer, I guess you could say. Time consumer. I could sit there and flick this knife all day. It's so smooth. It's ridiculousness. So here I was like, oh sweet, it's a little cheapo, but maybe after I oil it up, clean it up a little bit, we got a flipper action here And you got dual thumb studs. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, it's sort of like a stiletto looking knife. I don't really have anything that looks like that. Sharpen it up, use it as a beater, maybe a truck knife, something to give to a friend, anything like that, right? But then I went to start playing with it. Hashtag went to start. But I started playing with the damn thing, and as you can see, I got a bite on my Blur bite. Focus there, Sony. Damn it, Cali P, block out the background if you want them to be able to see. There you go. I got a bite on my Blur bite, and it hurt like a son of a bitch, to be honest. And it was all because I went to flick these here thumb studs, and if you try to focus, if you try to use these thumb studs, if you can see, it pinches your finger fat like a son of a bitch. Hashtag finger fat and son of a bitch. Look at that. You cannot use those thumb studs. But in their defense, I don't think they were meant to be thumb studs. One of the things I think is cool about the knife, even though the thumb studs don't work, is the thumb studs are designed to be the stop pins in the knife, which is really cool because you really only see that on more expensive knives. From what I've seen, I've looked, and I just couldn't find any knives in my collection really, other than some knockoffs of more expensive knives that had the thumb studs as the stop pin, which I think that's fucking badass because I mean, it gives it a whole better look. If you guys notice, now a lot of people might not, you know, might disagree and say, hey, it's no big deal to have that extra piece of hardware there. Here on the Cryo, you can see it's the extra little black dot there next to your pocket clip holes. Which the funny thing about that is, I want to point something out to you guys. If you look at that, if you go on KnifeCenter.com and you look up the Cryo, I did it just earlier and I downloaded the picture just to show you guys. Check this out. This is the picture that Knife Center has up. As you can see, it says Knife Center in the back. So big ups to Knife Center for letting me use this picture. Hope you guys don't care. But the Cryo they have is actually a computer generated model. So this probably came out, they put this picture up probably when they were doing the pre-orders to get some money going on the knives already. Get some income generated on them. But one thing I noticed about this, other than it's a computer generation, is the thumb studs were originally designed to be the stop pin in the knife. So here, the original, or the Kershaw now, the Cryo, as you can see, there's a gaff, and instead they had that, damn, I can't talk tonight. Sorry guys, took a couple shots, just got off work. Freaking judge me, man, you guys are judgers. Damn it, focus! You guys can see it. That's the damn stop pin. Those are the pocket clip holes. So it's not that big of a deal, but in my opinion, yeah, see, it's 2 o'clock in the dang old morning. In my opinion, that is way sleeker looking. You have 2 holes there. The thumb stud is the blade, or is the stop pin, so you don't have that extra little piece of hardware there. Or on these other knives, such as the Schrade, what is it, the 104L, this giant thing. A lot of knives, though, will still have a stop pin and have sort of a hidden one behind the scale, like the ZT-0200 here, which I don't understand why they didn't just make the thumb studs a stop pin there, but they decided not to. But inside there is a big old fatty bar right there, and it's right under the scales, which I can actually show you guys on this little Walmart cheapo right here. And this actually is a pretty dang old good knife for $387. You cannot beat these. Browning has one out that they're charging like 40 bucks for, and it's this exact same model with the little cheesy chintzy ass blood groove thing. I know the real name's not a blood groove, but drilled into it and spray painted black, and they're charging like 40 bucks. And everybody's like, where can I get one? So if anybody wants to go in on some spray paint with me and some of these cheapos, fuck, we will make a killing. What? But here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Behind, dang old thing. Loosen this up just a little bit. Flip her over this way. Take this top piece out. Behind here, behind that scale, is a stop pin. And you can kind of probably wiggle this one out. I'm pretty sure it fall out. Everything else falling out. There we go. See, so once that stop pin's not there, the blade just falls back. That's what the stop pin does, if you guys didn't know. No way to cut with the knife if you ain't got a stop pin. And then the blade stop is a thing on the inside, which I don't know what is used as the blade stop on this little chintzy thing. Let's see. When it goes in, oh, I actually think this might just be the cutout. Some knives have a blade stop, which is just, it's the same thing as, Jesus, Cali P. It's the same thing as the stop pin, pretty much, but it stops the knife from going too far into the handle and continuing to travel this way. Some knives will have a backspacer cutout just for the blade, like, if you guys have a shuffle too, check it out. There's no stop or blade stop in there. It's just the backspacer is what stops the blade from continuing to travel. And here, let's see, what do we have? I think this might be a cutout, because I don't see what's stopping it. Oh, nope. See, now that's something different. Look at that. Cali P had never even seen one of those. That's pretty cool. Check this out. That stop pin is also the blade stop. That is pretty slick, ZT. Peep that, y'all. The flipper wraps around my disgusting greasy ass stop pin, and it's also the blade stop. That is freaking slick. What? That is sick. I always wondered what that little cutout right there was for. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Look at that. Cali P learned something in his own fucking video. What? Man, we have just entered the outer limits. The Twilight Zone. That is sweet. I've always wondered what that little hook was for. Now I know. Wraps around that stop pin, aka the blade stop on this knife. That's pretty slick, ZT. That's pretty slick. I wonder if it's like that with what other knives it's like that. I'm gonna have to start looking through my collection now. Let's see, what other knives do I have here with some. Here's a ZT clone, which I really don't know what it's a clone of. This thing is itty bitty. Look at it compared to the 0200. I mean, there's no mistake in that with the ZT. No mistake in that. But it does have the false markings of the ZT. But look, the thumb studs are the blade stop. That's pretty cool. Whoa, check that out. As I'm showing you guys this, I noticed, whacking my own self with the knife, I noticed the thumb studs have this little groove right here, right? Which we all know that's where the thumb studs rest to become the blade stop, or the stop pin, sorry, not the blade stop. But back here, in this version, we also have a stop pin. Isn't that kind of fucking redundant, if you ask me? If you have thumb studs that are stopping the knife from traveling back, what the heck do you need a stop pin for? That's a little weird. I see they use it here as a blade stop as well, but couldn't you just put something back here to stop it? That just seems like a lot more milling than I'd want to do if I was a knockoff company. I don't know. Why would you do that? I don't know. Why don't you write them and ask them why the hell they don't make their own knives? I mean, they can manufacture some decent shit. Why do they have to put fake logos on it? Like, why does this have to say ZT? Why? This knife would be so bad to the ass if it didn't say ZT. It's like a freaking or it's like a damn Skyline on steroids. I mean, it's beefy, it's stout, it flips great. It's a slicer. I've used this thing to cut carpet, for God's sake. I mean, this thing has done work, son. But I can't stand behind it because it does. I mean, it says ZT. It's not as fucking ZT. And I know I used to be okay with buying clones, but god damn it, it's not alright, guys. Quit doing it. I'm done doing it. I ain't down with the clone game, guys. That shit ain't alright. That's stealing. If I was a knife designer and they were stealing from me, I would go door to door and start kicking ass. And I know that probably wouldn't do anything, but it would make me feel a lot damn better. Cracking some fucking heads and taking names while I was doing it. Because this would be a sweet little knife if it didn't say ZT. Fuck, I would have bought 15 of them and given them away as fucking Christmas presents. It's a great little knife, but it's a fucking phony. A phony baloney, a big old phony Tony. That's what it is, you know. Get out of here, you know. So there's that piece of junk. Good knife. Good knife if it didn't say ZT. No like knives that say other names. No, no, no. Me don't. So, this video was about things you find, and that whole ramble about stop pins kind of came from all that. So, looking at this bad boy and these cool cutouts gave me an idea for a video about stop pins. That's just how my mind works, guys. Silver lining and everything. Silver lining in everything. This is a piece of junk, but it's a tough little piece of junk. I mean, there's no play. The lock's all the way at damn near 100%, but you can't bitch about free. I think I'm gonna do some modding to this. Doesn't that look funny to you guys? That blade just looks so huge compared to the handle. And I know it's not because obviously it folds up into it. So it has to fit in there. But jeez, it just looks so awkward, doesn't it? Let's see. What is the specs on this bad boy? We got the old Fiskars ruler out. And Calipe has it upside down. There we go. Let's see, we have a... Holy jeepers, what? About a 3 3/4 inch blade. So 3 3/4 inch blade. Probably about 3.5 inch cutting edge. And the handle, which that's why it looks so funny, is because the blade comes all the way back here. But the handle actually starts up here. So the handle from the pivot, or the beginning area up there, is about 4.5 inches. So 4.5 and what, just about 4 inches. It just looks funny because of that, I think. Just the way the design is makes the blade look a lot bigger. So if anybody's ever found a blade, I know Mr. Solo's Knife Review, man, that guy has a awesome channel. And if you guys don't know about Solo, is it Solo's Knife Reviews or Solo S Knife Reviews? I've always wondered about that. But he has a really cool channel, and a buddy of his, or a subscriber of his, actually found a Benchmade and sent it into him, and he fixed it all up real nice. And wow, that was a cool video. Wish I could find one of those, man. Actually, hey, I can't bitch. I have found some pretty cool stuff lately. So, any knife is better than no knife. So, there it is, guys. If you guys have found any cool knives, any cool gear, any cool anything. Have you found anything cool? You found anything strange? You found anything you want to tell us about? It could be anything. You found fucking mold under your balls. Let me know. Well, don't let me know about that. You keep that to yourself. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you sticking around for this long-ass video. And I appreciate it. Calipe, I'm out of here. Wah, 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 wah.